Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to game number 4 between Texas and Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico was able to prevail 6-5 in game 3, despite Texas scoring 5 runs in the top of the 8th. They were able to prevail 6-5. Jaime Navarro picked up the second win of the playoffs, with Edwin Diaz picking up his third save. The highlight performance came from Ivan Rodriguez with 3 hits, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, and the home run in the bottom of the 6th was it proved to be the game winner so far. And today we'll go, excuse me, they'll be sending Javier Vazquez, who pitched a complete game win, concerning a 1-run run, 13-15 in the regular season, but a 5.53 ERA, but had a very solid performance here. Francisco Lindor returns on the lineup, and they have the lineup that they had before, but hoping that they're going to face an Nolan Ryan, who went 20-4 in the regular season, 3.51 ERA, 9.7 strikeouts per 9 innings. Changes in the lineup here, especially with the batting order. Tris Speaker moving up to second in the batting order. Matthews cleanup. Berkman moving up to fifth. Ernie Banks now going back to shortstop. He's batting seventh, however. Eddie Tobbins, he returns as the catcher. He'll be batting eighth. Nolan Ryan with his tremendously awesome fastball and curveball. They're going to need him to be lights out here if they're going to ever come back in a series. They're down 2-1. It's not the end of the world. And keep in mind that Texas won 119 games, 43 losses so far, but they've lost 4 games out of 8 so far in the playoffs, and they're looking to sort of reverse this trend today. Well, the dome is, they're playing under the dome. Once again, the weather is not a factor at all. And here they're looking to just make sure to get runners on base, they're able to score, and especially keep Puerto Rico off the score sheet, which has been a very difficult thing to do. In the last start, Javier Vazquez pitched a complete game, 8 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. 6 of 33 is Joe Morgan so far, with 2 home runs and 2 RBIs. He's going to come up and hit here. $179 runs from Morgan. Struck him out here. The throw by Rodriguez, they got him. It was a nice strikeout, nice fastball to get Morgan reversed out. Speaker, 12 of 27. A 2-1 pitch. With a drive to center, this will be playable for Beltran. He's under it. He makes the play for the second out. Frank Robinson with a home run. So that was last game. 15 of 33 in these playoffs, a 3-2. Here's a drive. It'll be for extra bases, and that'll be a double. And if not careful, it might be a triple for Robinson, but it's going to be a double. Hanging in there, and once again, the hot hitting of Robinson continues. 10 of 34, 2 home runs, and 10 RBIs for Matthews. The 1-1 to Matthews. There's a ground ball right to the pitcher. Vazquez will throw to first out and end the inning, and Texas goes down. Here comes Puerto Rico. Alomar, Lindor, and Clemente come up 16 of 27. Has been Roberto Alomar. He's batting .593 for the playoffs. And has continued to hit his torrid hitting here against Texas. The 1-1 pitch. Alomar's a line drive, goes up base, hit the other way. And a leadoff single for Alomar. Lindor, 5 of 25 with a home run, 5 RBIs. There's a pitch and a drive and a base hit to right field. And Alomar from first goes to third. He's the throw not in time. First and third now with nobody out on a nice single by Lindor. Roberto Clemente, the runners on the corner, nobody out. The 3-1. There's a ground ball and a base hit to right, to left field, and a 1-0 lead just like that. First and second now, nobody out. And Clemente rips an RBI single. And they're up 1-0 just like that. Here's Juan Gonzalez with runners on base. The 3-2 pitch. Cut them out on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Beautiful fastball for the first out. Beltran. He's first ball hitting. The double steal. The throw to second, not in time. The ball's thrown away. An error by the third by the catcher, and a run will score. Lindor will come in and score to make it 2-0. Now runners on third. 3-2. He walks him. Delgado, 10 of 19 these playoffs with Jones and 4 RBIs. The 1-2. There's a nice circle, nice curveball there for strike 3. There's Rodriguez, who's been on fire, 5 home runs and 1 RBIs these playoffs. The 2-2 pitch. There's a drive to center. This will be playable for Speaker. This will end the inning, and Puerto Rico will wind up with 2 runs after 1. Berkman, Cooper, and Banks. The pitch to Berkman. He gets hit. He goes on. Cooper, the 2-0. Ground ball to third. 5-4, 4-3, double play. To snuff out the threat, there's 2 down. Connie Banks, the 3-2. He walks him. Toppensee, first ball hitting. Lines it right at the shortstop Lindor to win the inning. And after 1.5, 2-0 Puerto Rico. Lowell, Vazquez, and Alomar. 3-1 to Lowell. They walk him. A chance here for Vazquez to bunt the runner over. He does exactly that. Ryan will throw it to first, and the sacrifice complete. And Lowell now it's second 1 down for Alomar. First ball in for him. Here's a line drive. There's a base hit up the middle. First and third now. 1 down for Lindor, who singled last time up. The 2-2. Pick him out of a curveball. Beautiful pitch for strike 3. Clemente. Here's a drive hit the left, but right at Berkman to end the inning. Some hard hit balls, but no runs scored to the top of the third. Ryan, Morgan, and Speaker. A 1-2 to Ryan. Pick him out with a curveball. Pitch to Morgan, a 1-0. There's a ground ball to first. Ball is bobbled, the throw not in time. And an error for Delgado. Speaker, the 0-1. Here's a line shot. That'll be for extra bases. Morgan rounding second in for third. And Morgan will come around and score. So that error proves costly. So Speaker drives in a run courtesy of a double to make it 2-1. Here's Robinson, the 1-1. There's a weak pop up to the cap to the third baseman. Roll for the out. Big out there. Here comes Matthews. The 1-2. The line drive, a base hit up the middle. That'll score Speaker. And this game's tied. Danny Matthews delivers an RBI single to tie the ball game up here. Here's Lance Berkman. The 0-2. Here's a line drop. There's a base hit up the middle. Just beyond the reach of Roberto Alomar. Here's Cooper. The 0-2 to him. There's a weak pop up to the third baseman, Mack. That'll end the inning, but Texas has tied the game at 2 and costly error by Delgado. Gonzalez, Beltran, and Delgado. Here's Gonzalez, first ball hitting. Here's a drive ripped the other way. That'll be for extra bases into the right field corner. Gonzalez rounding first for second. Strong throw by Robinson, not in time. And a leadoff double for Gonzalez. Carlos Beltran walked his last time up. The 1-0 pitch to him. Here's a drive to center. This will be playable by Speaker. Speaker holds runner at second. There's 1 down. Delgado 0 for 1 so far. The 2-2 pitch. Struck him out. Nice curveball And frozen throughout number 2, Rodriguez, first ball hitting. Here's a drive hit to left. This will be playable for Berkman, and that'll end the inning. No runs here, and after 3 innings, this game's tied at 2. Banks, Toppin, and Ryan. The 1-2 to Banks. Ground ball, the first nice play by Cooper, but the ball's thrown away. And there's an error. Another error there by Delgado. The 1-1 to Toppin. Drive the other way. This is playable. But Gonzalez has the first out. Ryan looking at the front run over here. He does. For the first, no, for the second for 1. And they'll get the lead runner. 2 down. Joe Morgan, the 2-2. Check him out. What a nice changeup in the inning. Nothing done here. And Texas and Puerto Rico tied at 2, and so hit to the bottom of the 4th. Lowell, Vazquez, and Alomar. But 2-1 to Lowell. Ground ball to third. Matthews bobbles the ball, boots it, and an error charged to Matthews. To make this a bat meaningful, they're trying to bunt him over, and he does. The bunt is successful, and there's an out. Rolling out second base for Roberto Alomar. A 3-2. And struck him out with a curveball. Looking. Down he goes. Lindor, the 1-1. Here's a drive. It is high. It is deep. At the track, at the wall, it's gone. And a 2-run home run for Francisco Lindor. To make it 4-2 Puerto Rico. A big drive. A 2-2 to Clemente. Struck him out. Nice fastball. That'll get him. Puerto Rico strikes. Speaker to come up here. The 3-2 by Vazquez. Struck him out. Nice curveball to get the first out. And Speaker's not an easy guy to strike out here. Robinson. There's a line shot. There's a base hit the other way into the corner. For extra bases, Robinson on his way to third, but the throw by Clemente, he guns him down, and that'll get him. What a great throw there by Clemente to gun down Robinson, who's going to third. 2-1 to Matthews. It's a ground ball right to the pitcher. For the first, end the inning. And despite the double by Robinson, nothing across. To the bottom of the 5th. Gonzalez, Beltran, Delgado. The 0-1 of Gonzalez. Not ball to third. Matthews will throw to first. There's the out. Beltran, the 0-2. There's a drive to center. This is playable by Speaker. There's a second out of the inning. 4 runs given up by Ryan, but just 1 run to show for it. 3-2 pitch by Delgado. He walks him. 0-2 for Rodriguez. The 0-1 pitch to him. And there's a tough ball and a wild pitch to move Delgado to second. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball. Third base. Matthews will throw to first. That'll end the inning. Puerto Rico up 4-2 as we go to the top of the 6th. Berkman, Cooper, and Banks. Come on here. Berkman, 0-2. There's a pop fly in right field. Clemente under it. Makes the catch for the first out. Cooper, the 1-2. There's a line drive and a base hit right. Ernie Banks. Here's a drive. He ripped this ball. It is high. It is deep at the track, at the wall. It's gone. No doubt about it. Ernie Banks responds with a 2-run homer of his own. And this game is tied. He rips his second home run of the postseason. Eddie Taubensee, the 1-2. Pick him out. Nice fastball. The pitch to Ryan. We pop up to First up, Lindor, that'll end the inning, but they scored 2 runs to tie the ball game. Lowell, Vazquez, and Alomar. Lowell walked his last time up. There's a drive to center. This will be playable by Speaker for the first out. Vazquez coming in hit the 2-0. Now ball to second. Nice play there by Morgan. Throws to first, and there's a second out. 2 hitters, 2 outs. The 1-2 to Alomar. There's a drive to center, but this is going to push Speaker back, but it'll be playable. And there's a third out of the inning. After 6 innings, Texas and Puerto Rico tied at 4. You have Morgan, Speaker, and Robinson to come up. Morgan, the 3-2. There's a line drive. There's a base hit the other way. Morgan's on for the first time today. Speaker. A bunt. A throw to first. They got him. There's a sacrifice. So Tris Speaker sacrifices the runner over. Speak with a second sacrifice hit of the postseason. 1 down here for Frank Robinson. A 2-1. There's a drive to center. This ball's well hit. Going back, going back, going back. Great catch. Great catch by Beltran, but that'll move Morgan to third. 2 down now for Eddie Matthews, who's running for a run. Yeah, he's the first ball hit for Matthews. There's a line drive. There's a base hit. A base hit by Eddie Matthews. And Matthews, once again, RBI single. Takes the fastball and makes it a 5-4 lead here. There's Berkman, the 3-2. Ground ball to second. Alomar will throw the first out in the inning. But Texas takes their first lead of the game. Lindor with the second run of the playoffs. A big 2-run homer. But things have changed since the 1-2 to Ryan. There's a ground ball to second. Morgan throw to first to pick up the out. Here comes Clemente. 3-1 to him. Walks him. Gonzalez. A 2-1. Ground ball to second. 4-6. 6-3. Double play. Inning over. Big double play ball. In comes Vazquez now. Face Cooper, Banks, and Taubensee. Fuck him out. Nice curveball for the first outs. Banks, the 1-1. Here's a drive. It is high. It is deep at the track, at the wall. It's the second home run of the game. His second home run of the game, and Banks in consecutive at-bats has given Texas a 6-4 lead, and now it's Banks' third home run of the playoffs. Taubensee, the 3-2. Will Hernandez not coming in here. Here's a drive to center. That ball really well hit. But Beltran running hard and makes the grab. Beautiful play for the second out. The 1-2 to Ryan. Pick him out. Nice curveball. But Texas scores another run on a home run by Ernie Banks. Nolan Ryan here just, again, pitching good baseball. Beltran, Delgado, and Rodriguez. Here is Beltran. There's a drive to center. This is going to be playable for Speaker. You're literally hitting at center field. You're just asking for an automatic out here. And it becomes that with the first out. Delgado, first ball hitting. Here's a drive. He rips it for extra bases. Delgado rounding first or hit to second base. He is in there with a double. Here comes Ivan Rodriguez, 0 for 3 today. Here's a drive with the left, but it's high but not deep. And Berkman will collect the second out. Mike Lowell. The 1-1. Here's a ground ball to third. Matthews picks up the ball, fires to first, ends the inning. Great pitching there by Nolan Ryan. To the top of the ninth now, Willie Hernandez now still pitching, face Morgan, Speaker, and Robinson. The 2-1 to Morgan. Line driving a base hit up the middle. He's on base. Your Speaker, the 2-1. Missed the bunt. The 2-2. And I walk him. Here comes Frank Robinson. And a wild pitch. One of the runners over. They're going to walk Robinson. And in comes Eddie Matthews. The 1-0 pitch. There's a ground ball. They're going to go to home for one. And that'll be it. So they do get to play at home. Nobody scores. Juan Agosto to come in. Face Lance Berkman, then face Cecil Cooper. The 1-2. A block is called on Agosto and a run scores. Seven for Texas. A 1-2. On the ball right to the pitcher. Hold the runners. Throw to first. And get the out. Here comes Cooper. A 1-2. Here's a drive. There's a base hit the other way. 2 runs are going to come in and score. To make it 9-4 Texas. Here comes Ernie Banks. Well, 2-1. There's a ground ball right up the middle. There's a base hit for Banks. He's third of the ball game. And just in the ball very well. Topman sees 0 for 4 today. Right. Shortstop to Lindor, but he boots it for an error. Ryan to come on in. The 0-2. Get them out a fastball. That'll end it. But they score 3 runs. And a 9-4 lead for Texas. As Puerto Rico here looking to do something. I don't see how that's possible. Orlando Cepeda come pinch hit here. The 1-2. Ground ball right to the pitcher. He'll throw to first. That's the first out. Alomar. 2-1 pitch. Ball to second, right to Morgan. For the first. They got him. Lindor. 3-1 to Lindor. Ground ball right to the pitcher. Ryan will throw to first. And he makes it. Infield single. Here's Clemente. The 0-1. Here's a drive that's into left. I think it's right at Berkman. This will end the inning. Big win for Texas as they tied the series at 2. For Texas, 9 runs, 13 hits. 2 errors, 4 runs, 8 hits, 3 errors. The winning pitcher is Nolan Ryan. He goes 2-0. Another complete game performance by him. Vazquez with the loss. He's not 1-1. Willie Hernandez didn't fare any better. Time of the game was 3 hours and 42 minutes. 40,460 on hand in Haram Bethlehem Stadium. And just a tough performance there for Puerto Rico. They had a 4-2 lead here going to the 6th, and Texas piled up basically, 7 runs in the last 4 innings. sort of seal the deal here. Well, on behalf of the WBA Television Network, this is Jonathan Pedrogia wishing you a pleasant afternoon, and see you next time. And we'll see Texas play Puerto Rico for game number 5. We'll most likely see Clayton Kershaw scheduled to pitch against Jose Pinheiro. So I will wish everybody a pleasant afternoon and see you next time. Take care.